Today, we'll be talking about how to survive financially in a higher institution. It can be a university, a polytechnic, colleges of education, and it doesn't even matter if this higher institution is in Nigeria or in other parts of Africa or in other continents, Europe, Asia, anywhere in the world. How can you as a student survive financially in virtually anywhere as long as you are in a higher institution?
I got pretty like a girl, and he got five stories to tell. See both sides like Chanel, see on both.
Hello wonderful people, I am Anita and I'm saying welcome to Anita Enterprise. In this channel, we keep it real and say it as it is. We exchange values and discuss about anything that improves the quality of our lives. Stay tuned and enjoy today's video. As a student, especially if you're a student in Nigeria, you are going to be faced with some challenges, especially when it comes to finances. And then there are some people who are not from really well-to-do families. You want to be able to provide for yourselves in terms of money or finances, and probably you've been looking out for ways you can do that. This is that video that you have been waiting for. And there are so many things students need money for: buying your textbooks, eating well. In fact, as a student, it is important that you eat well. I'm not talking about eating junk foods or going to restaurants or anything like that. Eating well at home, a normal, good diet. If you are not healthy, you get sick. And by the time you get sick, you won't be able to study. You will not be able to achieve the purpose of going to school in the first place. This can be a challenge because you are in school, a lot of things to buy, a lot of books to buy, and then you find yourself running short of money. So I'm going to list out the ways we can survive financially in a higher institution. I wrote them down here. There are 5 ways that I listed here. After listing out these ways, we will now go into them one after the other. The number 1 way that you can survive financially in a higher institution is kill pride and shame. Number 2 is make good friends. Number 3 is make a budget and track your expenses. Number 4 is save and invest no matter how small. And number 5 is start a side hustle or a small business. Now you will want to watch this video to the end, because that number 5, I am going to give you a list of side hustles or small businesses that you can start using little or no capital. So we are starting with number 1, which is kill pride and shame. As a young student who want to live with limited financial constraints, you must eliminate the spirit of pride and shame. I need you to know that you should find happiness in whatever thing that you decide to do. The reason why you are having pride, it will not put food on your table, it will not give you extra income, will not take you anywhere. The Bible says that pride goes before a fall. You cannot rule over others, you cannot be majestic over others. You can only be majestic in your aspect, in your field of life. Whatever thing that you choose to do, do it well, be majestic there. You don't have to feel ashamed for anybody, as long as what you are doing or what you intend to do is not something that is evil, is not something that is sinful, is not something that will lead others into committing sin or lead you into committing sin, then you should go ahead and do it well, do it with joy, do it with happiness. A wise woman once told me that whatever your hands find doing, do it well. The spirit of pride and shame can lead you to laziness and poverty. Number 2, make good friends. I feel like we don't get to talk about the roles that friends play in our lives. The friends we keep actually have influence in our lives. several occasions, people get influenced by their friends knowingly or even unknowingly. Most of the time, we conform to a particular lifestyle or habit of people that are close to us. That is why it is important, it is paramount that as students, you watch carefully people who you keep as friends. And not everybody should be your friend. Even if they are influential in your class, they are so social, it's not compulsory that everyone be your friend, but you should make sure that you have friends for mutual benefits, right? Keep good friends and filter out the bad friends. You don't want them to be toxic to you. Even if you have toxic people around, the key is to gradually leave that space and look for people who would support you mentally, who would lead you to a successful path. Bad friends will lead you to downfall. They will drag you down along with them. There are some people, if you keep them as friends, you will not have any savings, because they are always going from one shopping center to another, from one fast food restaurant to another, from one joint to another. These are the kind of friends you want to avoid in school if you want to survive financially. It shouldn't be a parasitic friendship or relationship. It should be a friendship or a relationship that is mutually beneficial. That's how friendship is supposed to be. I mean, you're not supposed to suck on the other person and be a parasite to them. Now, it can even be that you are the bad friend. You know that you're always spending, you know that you don't have time to study, you are always partying, splurging money here and there, right? Just know that it is you that is the bad friend. You need to change. So it is important that you maintain a healthy relationship, mutually beneficial relationship with each other. Number 3 is make a budget and track your expenses. As a student, if you don't want to be broke all the time, like every time, I don't have money, then you should learn how to track your expenses and how to make budgets. Like, it should be a habit, it should be a lifestyle. When you receive money, maybe you receive allowance from your parents. For people that receive allowances though, you receive allowance from your parents, from your relatives, your siblings, your husband, your wife, anybody. You don't want to spend this money carelessly or for you to spend the money on things that are not necessary. So what you would do is you should write down your budget. Write down the things that you need for a particular period of time. Write them in order of their priorities. Like, what do you need most? And how much are you willing to spend on that particular thing? And then at the end of the day, you calculate it and check if your budget is within the amount that you have received. If it's within the amount that you have received, fine, you're good to go. But if it is not, then you would want to reduce some items, remove some items, and review your budget. Another advice I will give on this is that you should buy things in bulk. You may not have all the money to buy things in bulk, but there is a way, there is a strategy you can do it. And this is by calling friends. Remember, I said you must make good friends, right? So you call your friends together and then you bring up the suggestion or the discussion. Let's buy things in bulk and then share it in order of the amount that we pay. So this will help you all to save particular amount of money. What if you don't have friends, or if you just have one friend and even if you combine your money, it will not be enough for you to buy things in bulk? Nowadays, a lot of departments have WhatsApp groups, Telegram groups, Facebook groups, and the rest. So you would want to go to your departmental forum and ask the question that you want to buy things in bulk and you need people who also want to buy things in bulk. You will be surprised the number of people that will come and meet you or that would show interest in that idea. The last time I bought egg, they sell just one egg here for like 100 naira or 150 naira. Instead of me to go to the shop and buy one for 100 naira or buy one for 120 naira, I decided to buy half crate of egg, which is 1,200 naira, fresh eggs. And I was able to save how much? 300 naira. I hope that you start practicing these things. So let's go to the next way. Number 4 is save and invest, no matter how small. It doesn't matter the amount. That is just one thing you should know. You don't have to wait until you have millions for you to begin to save or for you to begin to invest. That's your 50 naira, 100 naira, 200 naira, 1000 naira. Save it, invest. Use that money, invest in it. There are different apps that you can use to save. Now, if you want to save, if you want to cultivate a habit of saving, I wouldn't even advise you to use your local commercial banks we have in Nigeria. I don't want to mention any bank name. You can keep money for emergencies there. I would advise you to use some apps, some savings apps that can help you, and I'm going to mention the savings app. But before I do that, I want you to know that this video is not sponsored by any of these apps. They are just apps that I have been using, and I'm still using them till now, and I find them very, very helpful. They've been helping me since I entered school and graduated, and here I am doing my NYSC, and these apps are still helping me to save. So one of those apps is PiggyVest. Most of you must have heard of PiggyVest. It is a very, very good app and very good platform to save and invest. Another app is Ladder. Another app is Invest Naira. And there are other apps like that, but these three are the ones I recommend. Maybe one of these days I am going to make an explicit video on how you can save and invest using PiggyVest app or other of those financial apps. They give you interest just because you are saving on their platform and it is legit. People are using it. They won't take your money. They are just helping you to save your money. I may be dropping the links, I may not drop the link. You may want to go and check it out by yourself, read about it, Google it. The Bible says that we should go and look at the ants. They gather their food in the summer so that when the winter comes, they will be able to survive in the winter. So that is what savings and investing does. They help you gather this money when you have this money, so that by the time you don't have money, there will be somewhere you can go to take something out. This is the last number, which is number 5. Yes, that number you have been waiting for, which is start a side hustle or small business. Now, as a student that wants to survive financially in NEPA, this is what we face in Nigeria. So if you're a Nigerian, I shouldn't even explain what just happened. And that will not stop us from making this video. I was saying that if you are a Nigerian student and you want to survive financially, you don't want to beg people for money, you don't want to solely depend on your parents or relative or your guardians for money, then you need a small business or a side hustle. I am going to be dividing this businesses or side hustles into two. One will be side hustles you can start with no capital at all, while the other one will be side hustles you can start with a very little capital. So let's dive. Businesses or side hustle ideas that requires no capital at all. And please, I wrote it down here, so I'm going to be looking at them. So the very first one is working as an assistant in an area you have a skill. Now, I understand that some people, before they left for school, they have a particular skill, maybe hairdressing or wig making, maybe makeup, maybe tailoring or fashion designing. So one way you can actually make money is by being an assistant. I understand that you may not have money. For instance, if you have a skill in fashion design or tailoring, you may not have the necessary capital for you to buy your sewing machine and other equipment that you'll be needing. Now, you don't have to get those equipment. All you have to do is to just look for another person that is a tailor around your school environment that usually have a lot of clients. You go and meet them and explain to them, tell them you are a student, tell them that you would like to be assisting them with tailoring work because you already know how to do it for a particular amount of money. And you can fix your dates of going there to assist them for them to pay you. Can probably be weekends because most students don't have classes during the weekend. Some of those tailors and fashion designers, especially those ones that have a lot of clients, most of them are not able to keep up with appointments, and they would be very happy if you render them some help just for a tokens, for a small amount of money. This one is my own personal experience. I could braid people's hair, but when I got to school, I didn't want to just start that business because I find braiding of hair very exhausting, so I didn't want to do it alone. Now, what I had to do was to tell some people, and a very, very good friend recommended me to a girl. She's also a student. She stays on campus and she stays in the girls' hostel. That's what she does. She makes hair for students and they pay her. That's how she survives in school. So somebody linked me up with her. And then I talked to her. Let me come and help you make hairs, and then you just give me a token when we are done. And she happily accepted it. In fact, there are some days she will call me, "Hello Anita, do you have class? Please, I need you to come and assist me." Sometimes if I don't have class, I will happily go there. But when I have class, I will have to decline it. It doesn't matter your area, the area where you have skills. It can be hairdressing, fashion designing or tailoring, makeup, baking, catering. Walk into any catering shop anywhere and tell them, explain to them that you are also a caterer or you are a baker and you would want to work with them or work for them for a particular amount of money during the weekends. Number 2 is working as an usher or hostesses or server in an event. This one also is my own personal experience. I was an usher in my campus fellowship, and that was how we as the ushers started getting business deals from people who want to get married, people who have a particular occasion. At the end of the event, they give us food and of course money. As time went on, I also signed up with some ushering agencies. I became an usher and a hostess. We would go to events, usher the events. In some events we would serve them food and drinks and everything. At the end of the event, our boss or madam, she will give us money and food and even transport fare back to our location. And most of the time they provide the costumes for us. They provide our uniforms. They give us uniforms. All we have to do is just to go to the event, usher in the events, show them where to sit, take their questions. If they need anything, they can call us. I don't want to exaggerate, but there are some events you can get up to 5,000 naira, just few hours. You want to look at your environment and look out for ushering agencies or agencies that are recruiting for hostesses, and most of them you don't even need money to sign up. You just have to be a friendly person, an organized person. That's just all they need from you. So look out in your environment or in your school. Another business or side hustle you can start is by doing a drop shipping business. And drop shipping basically means that you just have to look for a particular product that you want to sell. You can either do this online or offline, right? So the online, doing it online means that you have to, have a business page, maybe on Instagram or Facebook or WhatsApp. Then you look for another business page that sells the thing that you want to sell. For instance, if you want to sell jewelries, you look for a shop online, maybe on Instagram, that sells jewelry. Then you talk to them that you want to drop ship their jewelry. Some of them will accept and give you this jewelry at a very discount price. You are not buying them. You are not going to buy them. All you have to do is to take their pictures and post it on your status, post it on your WhatsApp, post it on your Instagram. When anybody pays for it, you remove your profits. Then you send the amount, the particular amount that the company told you or the store told you, you send it to the store. So the store, they are the ones that are responsible for shipping out these things or doing the way bill to your customers. And your customers won't even know that you don't even have the goods at hand. So if you want to understand drop shipping very well, there are a lot of videos that are available on YouTube, or you can even read post on Google for you to understand it better. Or then if you want me to explain it in depth, anyone you want me to create a separate video for explaining it, drop it in the comment section. I will be very happy to do so. Dropshipping is a way you can start a small business without having any dime. The fourth way is doing housekeeping, cleaning and errand jobs. You know those rich students in your school or probably bankers and some lecturers. So you can go and meet them and ask them if they would need your services in cleaning, housekeeping, running errands, cooking. Some of them will be delighted to give you that job. So like I said in the very first point that I made, kill pride and shame. If you have a student, your fellow student, your fellow course mates, even if it's even a junior colleague that is willing to pay you to do these things, collect their money and do the thing, because it is the money you need. Forget shame and forget pride. Leave it in the gutters. They won't help you. Go ahead and talk to them. Make the move. You don't even require any money. It's just your courage and your willingness to work. So that is number 4. Number 5 here is starting tutorials on campus and off campus. It may not really be for university students. You can organize tutorials for secondary school students, for primary school students. You can go to people's houses to teach their children. Becoming a home lesson teacher for kids. Most parents are looking for people who will help their children with after school work. You can be that person. All you have to do is just for you to have the willingness to work. Finish. You don't need any money. So that is another way you can make money in school. The 6th way is helping other students with assignments, project writing, term paper writing. Some students will happily give you money for you to help them type their project work, write their term papers, do their assignments. If they have the money, take it, collect it, and do the job. That's just all I'm going to say in this particular point. The last one I have here for jobs you can do or businesses or side hustles you can start with no money. The last one here is going into off-campus student real estate business. Yes, student real estate business. This one you don't even need any money. So all you have to do now is to go and look for apartments that are looking for students to rent them. There are some vacant apartments around, and some of these vacant apartments, they need tenants. So you go to this apartment, you meet the caretaker or the landlord or landlady and talk to them. Tell them that you can help them bring students that will rent the apartments. How much are they willing to give to you? Some of them can give to you up to 10,000 naira. Some of them, depending on. All you have to do now is snap the environment, like the compound, snap the rooms, snap the kitchens inside the room, snap everything, and then you start posting these houses or this apartment. You start posting it on your social media platforms, on your departmental forums, your school forums. Start talking to people. Do you know anybody that is looking for a lodge or an apartment? I have a self-contained for you. It is very cheap and affordable. When you start this business, before you know it, students will begin to know you as that person that can help somebody to look for an apartment sharp. It is a very good business to do if you are someone that walk around. Have confidence. These are like the ways you can make money, businesses, side hustles. But if you want a video where I will make it like a concise video for starting a side hustle with no capital, especially as a student, then leave it in the comment section. I'll be very happy to do that. Let's talk about the ones that involve little capital. And the very first one I have here is starting a service providing business based on your skill. Remember the one we talked about in the first instance, like when you're starting with no capital, you have a skill, then you work as an assistant. But then if you have little capital, you can start your own business based on your skill. So if you know how to make hairs, you don't even need a lot of money. All you need is money for your comb, your set of combs, scissors, and probably a chair that your customer will sit, and a mirror. These things may not be as expensive, may not even be up to 10,000 naira, right? So it's for you to start. If you want to start your own cleaning business, you can buy detergents and buckets and those kind of things. That is if you want to start your own business. Number 2 is making and selling of snacks and local drinks. So if you are a baker, even if you're not even a baker, even if you don't know how to bake, but you know someone that knows how to bake, you can buy these snacks from them, these snacks and drinks from them, take it to your classes and sell. When I was in school, the University of Port Harcourt, during my stay in Ofrima, yes, Faculty of Science, there is a lady that sells cakes, Like she bakes cakes and cuts it into sections, and she sells them for 100 naira, 200 naira. There is another lady that sells meat pie, and she sells this meat pie, I think it was for 50 naira and for 100 naira. They call her hot and sweet. Everybody knows her. Everybody knows that's what she sells. So even if you don't know how to bake, or you don't know how to make the snacks or this local drinks like zobo, tiger nut drink, soya milk and all those things, you can buy it from somebody that makes them in bulk and bring them to school and sell them. You can be selling cakes. Look for a snacks or a local drink that you can be selling, and you can do this with just a very small amount of money, not even up to 10,000 naira. Number 3 is for you to start selling thrift clothes and shoes. Most of the time, students go for thrift clothing because they are cheaper. Now, all you have to do is to look for a market where you can buy these thrift clothes or thrift shoes or thrift handbags in bulk. On Choba market days, you can get good dresses for 200 naira, 100 naira. You'll just be surprised. Are you sure these people you can get good blazers for 500 naira, 1000 naira. You select the cheap ones but quality ones. You go back to school and put your profits. People will buy it from you. By the time you arrange them, you take good pictures of them and post it on your WhatsApp or Instagram account. Before you know what is going on, you've already sold out and you've gone back to the market. So like I said, it doesn't really require a very, very big amount of money. Another one I have here is makeup services. So if you have a makeup kit and you know how to do makeup, you're a makeup artist, start your business in school, especially when they have an event, maybe matriculation ceremony, convocation ceremony, birthdays, weddings, people going for different kind of events, church, right? Just make your price reasonable for students and you have started. Now another one I have here is sales of female sanitary products. Some people, their period may show up and they don't even know. Sometimes some of them will have to look for a cardigan, they want to run home, you understand? But if you have these things handy in class and somebody start seeing it, you can offer to sell it to them for 100 naira, for 150, just one pad. So start sales of sanitary products. It can be sanitary pads, tampons, menstrual cups, panty liners, tissues, different kind of hygiene products, right? It can even be cosmetics. You can start selling it depending on the capital, the amount of capital that you have. But you can buy just one pack of pad and sell it in school, in class, to your fellow classmates. We have POS and recharge card business. So this one requires a bit. There are some banks that can give you POS free of charge. So if you have that money, if you have that capital, then you can invest in it, because students oftentimes they want to withdraw. Even while they are inside the class, they want to withdraw money. So you can take this to your faculty, to your department. When everyone knows you with this, they will not even want to go outside to be withdrawing. People in your compound will not want to go outside to withdraw. They will want to patronize you. And then the last one is making of laundry and skincare products. So if you have that skill, you will know how to make soaps and detergents and cream and body lotion, body butter. You know how to do those things. Go ahead and start doing it now. This brings us to the end of this video. I hope this video has helped you, and if it has, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, like the video, share it, drop your comments in the comment section. And I really want to appreciate my returning subscribers. Thank you so much. I really appreciate. Feel free to share and do every other thing YouTube asks you to do. And yes, I'll see you in the next video.